What's up, guys? Wouldn't it be nice if we could have our furniture all outside and just chill and enjoy Mother Nature? Got my chaise lounge here, and unfortunately, I'm gonna have to get rid of it. I can't keep it out here, and I'm gonna chop it up. And so let's do a vlog chopping up a chair. I'm gonna set you guys right here and we'll get started. Now my son, he's playing baseball, so you might hear him playing baseball, making noise. You know, there he goes, he's hitting the ball. So now unfortunately, I went to the garbage website and they do not do bulk pickup. I would have to rent a dumpster for this chair. And I mean, to be quite frank, I don't want to give my address out there to Facebook for someone to pick it up. So I'm just going to chop it up. I'm going to chop it up. I'm going to put it in my garbage can week over week. You know, 1 week I'll add a leg, 1 week I'll add the top, whatever, you know. Oh, good hit, bud. Good job. Now, I've got chainsaw, right? We got a chainsaw, or we've got the Sawzall. You know, I don't know which one we're gonna need to use, but I'm gonna go with the chainsaw because it's more fun, right? Everyone likes to use a chainsaw and cut stuff up. Now, hopefully there's not much metal in here. I really don't know how much there will be. It feels like it's wood and it's just padding in here, but we'll see, you know? May have to use the Sawzall, we'll see. But you know, we got this chair, I don't know, it was like in the clearance center at Art Van. It's a, you know, furniture store, used to be, it went bankrupt years ago. And it was like 200 bucks. It wasn't like super expensive. You know, we used it for like 10 years, but the pleather is just falling apart and the kids just jumped all over it, you know, when we had kids. So they kind of, you know, put the blow on it and all that. But yeah, we'll see what happens here. But you know, I got my safety goggles on, you know, hopefully nothing flies up in my face. We'll see if this chainsaw can do anything, but yeah, let's get started. We'll start, I'm gonna do like one little section at a time. We'll do here, that'll be a section, maybe just almost each section, you know, we'll see what happens. I'll fast forward this in high speed. We'll see how this goes. Let's go. Well, that isn't working too well. That's pretty tough. Let's see what's in here. Oh, there's like a metal spring in here. All right, let me go up a little ways. All right, that seemed to work. Now, I used to huh? Yeah, I gotta get this done, bud, sorry. Now, oh, it makes you sad, bud? I'm sorry, I know. We gotta get rid of stuff though sometimes. You know, I used to watch this YouTuber called Tech Racks. I don't know if you guys have ever seen him, but he had a huge channel where he would take iPhones and Samsung Galaxies and whatever electronics, and he would just, you know, destroy them for fun. Looks like I got some stuff on my chainsaw, but yeah, I used to laugh at that stuff, but now it gets old after a while. But, you know, this is my own version of Tech Racks here. There, all right. Yeah, I figured it was just plywood. There is some metal springs here. That's what was killing me. Let's see here. Oh yeah, that metal spring is all through this unit. It looks like I'm gonna have to take it apart. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna have to do. I can't deal with that metal spring. But I got this part done, so I think, you know what? I'll be right back. I'm gonna get a razor, cut this off, and then I get this padding off, and then I can cut it all up. I'll be right back. Yeah, sure, where is it? Oh. All right, I'm back. I got my razor, so we'll see how this is set up. This might take me, I don't know, maybe a little bit, man. This is kind of, you can get that, bud. It's a little more than I thought it was going to be. All right. You're fine.
What is wood?
Yeah, there's wood in the furniture, bud.
Weird.
Yeah, kind of weird. All right. Well, there's foam. See that, bud? There's foam. Huh? Oh, you want to feel the foam? There you go. Kids are always curious, you know. It's kind of good. Learn about what's inside of a product. Okay. Yeah, this is more work than I thought. I thought I could just chop this thing all up, but no way. Looks like we got a layer. So, foam layer here, another foam layer, and then there's spring, which I'm gonna have to take pliers, and then I can chop up this wood once that's gone. Yeah, this is a plier job. Well, that's a bummer. That's gonna take me a while. It is what it is. You know, you just do stuff. You know, have fun doing it. Huh? Oh, good. Not good? You must have had a bad hit. What? Yeah, you missed it? Oh, yeah. You should try to hit that way, bud. So, what was I saying? Yeah, I'll get that, bud. Yeah, the reason I'm doing this is because I want more room in my garage, and this thing has been sitting in my garage in my way for last 2 or 3 months. It's like, I need more room. Not for buying stuff, it's just I like to have room when you're in the garage doing stuff. You want to have space to get the job done. And my wife has now taken over my so a couple spots in the garage for her planting stuff. So yeah, I just need room to work, you know. And I want to get rid of stuff, to be honest. I want to kind of downsize my life slowly but surely. I'm 45 and I've accumulated, you know, years and years and years worth of stuff. And you know what? It's not going to be fun when I come to retirement. So I've got 10, 15 years before I got to get rid of half the stuff I got. I'm not saying I want to get rid of all of it, but just the stuff that I don't use. Man, I'm telling you, like tons of computer stuff. When you're into computers and software, especially in the hardware space like I am, I'll get it, bud. I know. When you're in the hardware space like I am, you accumulate a lot of little hardware components like routers and switchers, and I've got RS-232 cables. If you don't know what that is, it's like an old version of Ethernet kind of. And you know, you should be able to communicate on these cables. They still exist today, but I got hundreds of them. That's just like another thing I got to get rid of in my life. So, you know, just gotta do it, you know. Oh man, I'm getting old. My wife is in there. I think she's laughing at me because I'm taking apart this thing. Hey, you got a foam mattress there. There you go, right? Yeah, this is gonna, I guess you gotta use a razor blade, you know. I guess this thing was well built, to be honest. I I didn't think there was going to be this many springs. I'm surprised. So, suppose I could have reupholstered it and all that. I ain't got time for that, you know. That's how Americans are. Everything's a commodity. You know, it's a consumable, right? We just get rid of everything. That's the way it goes. And I just fall into the same trap like everyone else does. I'm nothing special, you know. Nice hit, bud. Nice hit. My son, he's starting to get a hold of this stuff now. So we're gonna have to go to the official baseball fields because he keeps hitting it so good. I know, you're on the tee with a wiffle ball and he's blasting it, you know? So how do I want to do this? Let's see here, all the staples. Man, this is just, huh? Oh no. Where to go in? Oh, I see it. There you go. All right, how am I gonna deal with this? It looks like I may just have to there's a billion staples in this thing. Well, that sucks. I might need to go crowbar style on this thing. You know, get a crowbar and just go at it. Yeah, I think that might be the way to go. All right, I'll be well, do I want to do a crowbar? God, that is really in there, to be honest. Huh. I could just take the Sawzall, chop maybe a section. I think I can get away with that, yeah. I'm gonna try the Sawzall. What? It's fine, bud. Relax. It's gonna make you cry? It's already a mess. Why do you care now? Because you're sad? It'll be fine, bud. All right, let's see what happens here. I want to get like sections out at a time. Problem is there's all these staples here, but here's a spot with no staples, I think. Yep, this will work. You just got to find a spot where there's no staples, because there's a billion staples in this bad boy from China. You know it's from China or Vietnam. You never know. You know, from somewhere cheap. But it was put together really well, I will say. I have to say I'm thoroughly impressed, because it's going to take me a few more minutes. All right, there's the leg. Now, can I get this all off? Where did I put that razor? There it is. I wonder how many they made of these in the factory. Hundreds, thousands, tens of thousands. It's probably tens of thousands of these same chairs in someone's household. Now it's going to the landfill, unfortunately. Yeah, I do feel bad about that. It's like we consume this stuff and then we bail on it. I could have stuck it out to the road, but I just didn't feel like dealing with somebody else, you know. I got another thing. I got a wagon out there at the road, hoping somebody will take it. But again, I only want to give out my address to like people in my neighborhood. I don't want to be like, oh, hey, everyone on Facebook, here's my address. Come get it. No, You know, that's the problem, is privacy and security. Get that. I think the razor should be able to cut this nylon. These are nice straps. Could have used those for something, but nope. All right, I think I got the pattern down for getting rid. Look at this. There's like a rope in between these springs, man. This thing was, you know, a lot of effort went into this. Oh man, look. I might just have to take a, well, I got one part down, but I'm gonna have to take that out. I'll just keep cutting away. You know, we'll get this done. All right, next section. Probably right here. I can fit that in my garbage still. This time I need to get where those springs will all cut off. All right, here we go. All right, cut that up. All right, here we go. All right, line that up. All right, I got to cut right here. You know, if you guys ever drive in rural America, most people would just simply take this couch and set it out in their yard. You know, that's what they would do. And then you see their yard and it's a junk pit. And then your property values go down in value because everyone just leaves their junk. They leave old cars, you know, because it does take effort to take this kind of crap to the junkyard. You gotta have a truck, or, you know, maybe you gotta have someone you know with a truck, whatever. You know, look, this is taking me effort, time. Is what it is. It's not that bad. But most people wouldn't bother with it, and they would just leave it out in their yard, get all nice and nasty. But that's not how you should roll, man. Just take care of your business, you know, whatever way you got to, and then go from there. There's that piece. Get my razor, clear this up. This is kind of fun, interesting vlog, I guess. Why not? I don't know. Let me know with you guys. You ever taken a chair apart before, like a couch? Just because you got to deal with the waste of it? Or I mean, most of the time, if it was a nicer couch, I would have put forth the effort to have someone use it, but it was falling apart. It's like, do I want to give the burden of this couch on someone else? Not really, you know. It would have been a decent chair, I guess, for college, but I didn't feel like dealing with someone else. I just had my reasons. So it is what it is. It would have been somebody's burden at some point, right? We have this thing in our town where you can take your junk, mattresses mostly, but anything, and they've got like a, what is it, like a compressor, a garbage truck, essentially, a garbage truck there that you throw the stuff into and you compress every April. But I'm always busy usually during that weekend, and so, you know, I wanted to take this chair there. I didn't get a chance, of course, and so it was what it was. All right, I think, oh, I gotta cut these green things. All right. My son, he's always playing, having fun, you know, making noises. His sister is inside picking up because she's a messy Bessie half the time. She doesn't pick up after herself, so sometimes we gotta get on her and say, hey, you know, pick up your stuff, and then you can come out and play. All right, there's that one, and then I'll just, you know, deal with this little spring. And then, do I want to cut this one more? To be honest, no. I think, let's see here. It can probably fit in my garbage. Let's get this off. Yeah, it's kind of sad sometimes. You get attached to your furniture. You can get attached to material things. Maybe you had memories on them. But this, we didn't have any memories with it. It was just like an extra chair. And we stored it in the basement. Occasionally the kids would jump on it. You know, my wife and I maybe probably read a book maybe at one point. Do I want to cut again? Not really. I think I'm gonna do one more cut. Yeah, unfortunately. Don't really feel like it, but you know, the garbage can is only so big, so I gotta get able to fit in there. Let's make sure there's no, all right, yeah, that's a clean cut. So, word to the wise. Don't start with a chainsaw. Go with the Sawzall on a couch because there's gonna be metal and springs. What's up, bud? Yes. Go ahead. You know where your watering jug is, right? Okay. So yeah, go with a Sawzall, right? I'm glad I didn't screw up my chainsaw. I think it's fine. Because yeah, I did. It looks like I did try to cut that metal piece. So yeah, there could be some problems on that chainsaw. You live and you learn, right? I'm not a furniture person. I'm a tech guy, right? Tech geeks. Tech geeks like me, we don't know how to deal with, you know, leftover furniture, right? Should use common sense, but I didn't think this thing had these metal springs in there. I'm surprised, to be honest. So, all right, last cut. All right, I think that's it. Oh, gotta trim this. These little things. All right, there we go. There. Not bad. You know, I can get rid of each section one at a time. I don't need to rent out a dumpster. I mean, come on, would I rent out a dumpster for one chair? I'd have to accumulate, you know, I don't know, maybe 5, 6, 10 items before I consider renting a dumpster. Otherwise, I'm gonna do what all the other neighbors do. Stack the garbage can to the moon. You know, you ever seen that? You go by your neighbors and the garbage can is just stacked up. You know, the garbage man comes, picks it up, and just half the crap falls out. You gotta go pick it up later. That's just how it rolls, you know. But yeah, I'm glad that's done, man. I got more room in my garage. I am happy about that. One little step, guys, baby steps. That's what you got to do. You got to take baby steps so that you can get in your garage and do stuff. Like, so, you know, those are my 3 garbage cans. That couch was just sitting there in front of this and I couldn't get in. I couldn't even roll my garbage cans in and out, you know. You got to have in this neighborhood, the recycles, it's like forced by the HOA. You got to do recycling. So I got to have 3 trash cans, one for yard waste, trash, and recyclables. And then my wife, again, she's taken over my garage. She's got this little, this was like my daughter's fairy garden thing. Now she's getting a new thing for that. So she's gonna use this for gardening stuff. She's got her deer spray there, watering can, her little gloves, you know, whatever else. You know, maybe she's working on some plants. She sets them there, you know. That's a good thing, nothing wrong with that. So, and then I got my John Deere over here. I can get that in and out. I had to move the couch in and out to get that thing out, so it's kind of a pain. So anyways, this will be the end of the vlog. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. You know, it's kind of a random, silly vlog, to be honest, but hey, it's fun, you know. You just kind of, you know, shoot the you know what. And I don't like to use profanity on my channel. I just like to shoot the bloop kind of stuff and hang out with you guys. You know, that's what YouTube is all about, vlogs and good content. So, and I'm trying to have both. Why not, right? I can have my cake and eat it too, right? So anyways, you guys have a great day. Like and subscribe if you can, if you like the content, and take a look at my previous video. And everyone, have a great day. Thanks. Bye. I'm going to be that neighbor, guys, that's piling up his garbage like crazy. I got it all that entire couch, I got it all stacked there. My garbage was full. So, hey, there we go. There's a little bit of architecting there. So anyways, figured I'd show you guys the end result. So have a good day, guys. Later.